Hey there guys, we're going to be doing something real special tonight. This is going to be the first part in a three-part series of beer reviews of a style I've never tried before. This is all completely new to me. All three beers here are Lambics, and these were sent to me by Dale, brewed by me, and I'm very, very appreciative of this. Lambics, if you're not familiar, I'll just give you a very brief rundown of what they are. It's a style of beer from Belgium, and they are open fermented. So instead of using like a house yeast or a common yeast strain to ferment the actual beverage, they use wild yeast. They just let the wild yeasts from the actual air, from the environment all around, do their thing. And it brings out these unique flavors in the beer that cannot be found anywhere outside of the small region in Belgium. I think it's just in and around Brussels that it's done. You won't find these flavors anywhere else in the world. In fact, actually you can't call any other beers that are done in this style true Lambics. There are other breweries, of course, that do this now, but for it to be a true Lambic, it has to be in that region in Belgium. Lambics are often aged in barrels, different like wine barrels, champagne barrels, to impart even more flavors. Very often they can be aged up to about 3 years before they are taken out, and often they'll be combined together. You'll get two Lambics put together to create one unique Lambic, and often it'll be like a combination of an old Lambic, a 3-year-old, with like a 1-year-old or a 2-year-old. Generally these are known as, and I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, Goose Lambic beer, which is a combination of two different beers. Generally Lambics on their own are very, very sour, very bitter, maybe not pleasing to the palate of everybody. So that's why you often find commercially available now Lambics like the ones here from Mort Subite Kriek, which is a cherry flavored, and a framboise, which is a raspberry flavored. This is usually done with either the actual physical berries, or it's done with syrup. So we're going to get into this right now. I'm going to start with the Mort Subite Kriek, and we'll be right back after I've opened this. As you can see, they're in these nice little Belgian-style caged, corked bottles, very much like the Trappist beers and such. So we'll be right back after I've opened this puppy up. Alright, we're back, and we're doing the Mort Subite Kriek. Now, Mort Subite is from Belgium. It says this is consumed best before the fifth month, so May of 2013. So it's still pretty good. It says flavored beer, ingredients: water, malted barley, wheat, cherry juice, elderberry juice, corn, sugar, and hops. Brewed at Mort Subite, Leerput, Belgium. Probably pronouncing those wrong as well, but that's okay. Alright, so we got it in a little tulip glass here. Now, it might look a bit lighter on camera. That is the definition of a ruby red right there. It's a dead-on perfect ruby red, really. The head, you might not be able to notice that either on camera, but it is almost pink. It's just a shade or two away from actual pink, but very, very light pink. I can smell it from here. Okay, we're going to give it a little whiff here and see what we think. Definitely sweet cherries. There's a woodiness in the back here, and I assume that is from the actual barrels that this was aged in. It's got this really nice, soft kind of cherry smell to it. almost cranberry-like. Smells very much like a fruit cooler or something along those lines. Malt beverage cooler, vodka cooler, even something along those lines. But it has that undeniable yeast smell, that Belgian wild yeast that you'll find in Trappist beers and other such brews from Belgium. It's got that Brettanomyces. Yeah, there's definitely some Brett in that, but it's mostly all about the sweet, slightly malty cherry smell. So we'll go right to the taste. Ooh. Tastes like cherry wine. Got the very nice sour cherry notes right up front. Like this, they just sit on the back of the roof of your mouth. The body is very light. There's a small spritzy carbonation with each sip. It finishes dry, slightly woody, and it is just that big, I wouldn't even say it's a big sour note, it's just a really nice tart sour cherry note, and the mouth dries out quite a bit. Not an extreme amount, but enough to make you want to take another sip. It's very refreshing. And it's very, very close to like a cherry wine or something like that. In fact, it's pretty much indistinguishable from that, except it might have a tad bit more body than you would find in you know, a light summer wine of some sort. Very interesting. So that's my first Lambic. I don't know if I would drink this all the time. It's a very, very nice summer beer. I could definitely see myself drinking this ice cold on a hot day. Forgot to say the alcohol in these. So it's at 4.5% alcohol by volume, so you could definitely drink these all day on a summer day. Look at that. It's really beautiful. It's not the best beer I've ever tasted. I'm not gonna bullshit you here. It's very, very nice. I've definitely not had a beer that's quite tasted like that. I'm going to have to give this a 3.5 out of 5. And now, keep in mind, I'm totally new to this style. I can't grade this up against any other such beer in the style. The only thing I can really grade this as is like a fruit beer at this point. And as a fruit beer, it's a pretty damn good one. So I'm going to say 3.5 out of 5. That's a 7 out of 10. Fairly respectable, I think. So Mort Subite Kriek Lambic, that gets a 3.5 out of 5.